Welcome to the third lecture on centrifugal compressors. In this session, we will introduce an important concept, that is a concept of stagnation state and stagnation properties. Consider an ideal gas and the working fluid of a centrifugal compressor is mainly air. So, treating air to be an ideal gas, we can formulate the required relations. So, what is stagnation, stagnation state and stagnation properties? Consider this case, this diagram where here we have a state indicated by point 1, that is flow through a pipe. So, flow through a pipe. So, we consider an ideal gas is flowing from state 1 to state 2. So, state 2, in fact, you have to consider is the flow is allowed to settle in a large reservoir. Theoretically, we say infinitely large settling chamber. So, when you consider the flow is allowed to settle down to a very large reservoir, that is the two states indicated by state 1 is the flowing condition and state 2 is the stagnated condition. So, that means the state of the gas inside the large reservoir. So, this is a large reservoir we consider. So, inside the large reservoir, let the properties be P2, its the pressure is P2, the volume what we require is temperature, pressure to intensity property, pressure and temperature, P2, temperature T2, and we consider the velocity. Of course, here inside this, since it's a chamber where the gas is settled, then definitely the velocity will be 0. So, V2 is 0. Then the density is rho 2. Okay. So, the properties inside this large chamber is known to be those properties are known to be stagnation properties. So, P2 we say that is denoted by P0 and T2 is T0 and velocity is now 0 and density is rho naught. So, P naught, T naught and rho naught are stagnation pressure, stagnation temperature and stagnation density. And if you say enthalpy, then we say H naught, stagnation enthalpy is H naught. So, from the flow of an ideal gas, the gas is entering into the chamber and at the state point 1, the gas has velocity V1, its pressure is P1, its temperature is T1 and its density is rho 1, enthalpy is H1 and so on, suffix 1. And inside the chamber we have the stagnation properties. So, what do you understand by the term stagnation properties? So, we define like this. First, let us define stagnation state. So, stagnation state means it is a state of a gas attained by decelerating the flow to zero velocity isentropically at zero elevation. So, the key points are, one is isentropic. So, very important term, isentropically it has to be decelerated. So, isentropically the flow velocity, the flow is decelerated, that is a key word. Isentropically flow is decelerated, that is its speed is reduced. So, isentropically the speed is the flow is decelerated or speed is reduced to zero velocity, and that state is known as stagnation state. So, please understand, stagnation state is the state of a gas attained by decelerating decelerating the flow to zero velocity isentropically at zero elevation. See, at zero elevation means we want to ignore the changes in potential head. So we say at zero elevation. This process is done at zero elevation level. This deceleration process, zero elevation. Potential head can be neglected. So again I repeat, this stagnation state means the state of a gas attained by decelerating it to zero velocity isentropically at zero elevation. So that is a stagnation state, and the properties of the gas at such a stagnation state, they are known as stagnation properties. Stagnation properties are denoted by a suffix naught, 0, that is P0 is a stagnation pressure, T0 stagnation temperature, and density rho naught, rho 0, that is the stagnation density. Then H0 is a stagnation enthalpy. So enthalpy, when represented by small letter h, is specific enthalpy, that is enthalpy per unit mass. Now how do you get the values of these stagnation pressure, temperature, and stagnation enthalpy, etc.? So at the flow condition, the properties are known to be static property, like static temperature and static pressure. So we say at the flow condition, that is state 1. So you consider state 1, the flow properties, static temperature, static pressure, etc. That is pressure P1, temperature T1, density rho 1. Now at state 2, that is the stagnation state 2. Now at the present case, it is stagnation. So we have pressure P2 is now P0, and temperature T2 is now T0, and density rho 2 is rho 0. So that is rho naught, etc. And enthalpy H2, that is H0. So this rho 0, H0, T0, and P0 are the stagnation properties, and corresponding the flow condition at state 1, the enthalpy is H1, pressure is P1, temperature T1, density is rho 1. So how you are going to connect it, and which one will be more? So obviously the velocity is reduced to 0, so you consider the steady flow energy equation. So steady flow energy equation, which you have studied in thermodynamics, one dimensional form of steady flow energy equation you can consider. So steady flow energy equation, when you consider, that is of the form Q minus Ws. See, I am considering unit mass basis, that is every term in this expression will be in joule per kg, that is unit mass basis. I want to represent each term. So Q minus Ws, that is equal to delta H, that is a change in enthalpy, specific enthalpy, then change in kinetic energy. Kinetic energy is mv square, half mv square, and here we want to use a change in kinetic energy, but per unit mass, that means divided by mv square by 2 divided by mass m. So that will become V square by 2. So delta V square by 2, what is that? Change in kinetic energy. And of course, change in potential energy, delta mgz. So divided by mass, so that will be delta gz. And in this case, we are ignoring the change in potential head. That is, we consider stagnation state is attained at zero elevation. So therefore, delta Gz, that is change in potential head, is 0. So in short, Q minus Ws is equal to delta H plus delta V square by 2 is a steady flow energy equation applicable in this case. So what about Q and Ws? Just consider that the flow is taking place in an adiabatic chamber, because you have to consider isentropic flow. What do you mean by isentropic? Isentropic in the sense it is reversible and adiabatic. So isentropic flow, so that means reversible as well as adiabatic. So reversible means no irreversibility factor like friction is present, no friction should be considered during the flow from 1 to 2, and then no heat exchange should be considered. So Q is 0, but of course since it is flow, there is no there is no work addition. In this case, there is no shaft work. So 0, Q is 0, W is 0, heat exchange is 0, and shaft work is 0, and what remains is delta H plus delta V square over 2. Then what is delta H plus delta V square over 2? You can now consider this. Delta H, that is H2 minus H1 for the flow from 1 to 2, H2 minus H1, plus what is delta V square by 2? The final kinetic energy per unit mass. What is that? V2 square by 2 minus V1 square by 2. Of course, we know that here the second state is stagnation state, V2 is 0, but we will first generalize and later on we will put V2 is equal to 0. So what do you get? Left hand side is 0 and right hand side is H2 minus H2 minus H1, H2 minus H1 plus V2 square by 2 minus V1 square by 2. So collecting H1 to the left hand side, so what is that? H1 plus V1 square by 2 is equal to H2 plus V2 square by 2. So for a generalized isentropic flow from state 1 to state 2, you can say that H1 plus V1 square by 2 is equal to H2 plus V2 square by 2. This equation is actually known as adiabatic energy equation, one-dimensional form of adiabatic energy equation without shaft work. Adiabatic means heat exchange Q is 0. So H1 plus V1 square by 2 is equal to H2 plus V2 square by 2, and now we will apply the condition. So now the state 2 means it is stagnation. So since state 2 is representing stagnation state, what you can infer? This H2 is equal to H0 and V2 is equal to 0. So these two we are going to substitute. So what do you get? H1 plus V1 square by 2 is equal to H2, that is H0 plus V2 square by 2, that is 0. So in fact this is very important, and if you generalize, if you want to generalize this one, and keeping this is the static properties H1 and V1 and corresponding temperature and pressure P1, T1, density ρ1, and H0, that is specific enthalpy corresponding to stagnation state, and that corresponding temperature, stagnation temperature is T0, stagnation pressure is P0, stagnation density is ρ0. And this one, if you generalize, the flow condition represented by without suffix H plus V square over 2 static properties you can say, and stagnation property, that is H0. So H suffix 0 it is. So this is the important relation you have to keep in mind. Now we pass on to the next part, that is how do we obtain the relationship for stagnation temperature now. And for an ideal gas, you know that it's a function of temperature CpT, calorically perfect gas we say. So H is equal to CpT. So that means it is proportional to the temperature. Specific enthalpy is a function of temperature, and H0, therefore this is a static case, and stagnation Cp into T naught. What is Cp? Cp is the specific heat at constant pressure of the gas. So H is equal to Cpt, H0 is equal to Cpt naught, and if you can substitute over here, you can connect T and T0. T and T0 we can connect. See, let me do that. So Cp into T plus velocity at the flow condition, that is V square over 2, then this is the flowing condition, then stagnation condition, it is Cp into T naught. It's a very important relation. Cp of perfect specific heat of gas at specific heat of gas at constant pressure. And now we will consider this Cp. What relation you got, you know, that is Cp into T naught is equal to, so let me write this way, that is Cp into T plus V square over 2, and dividing throughout by Cp. Dividing throughout by Cp, what do you get? That is T0 is equal to, then here T plus here it is V square by 2, and this is a V square by 2 Cp, and this is an extremely important relation for connecting the stagnation temperature and static temperature. So during the flow condition, it is static temperature is T and the velocity is V. Cp is the specific heated constant pressure. So if you add T plus V square over 2 Cp, you will get stagnation temperature. So obviously stagnation temperature will be more than the stagnation temperature is more than the static temperature by the term V square by 2 Cp. So this is actually called T0 is equal to, so consider T0 is equal to T plus V square over 2 Cp. This is a temperature equivalent of velocity. So when the flow is stagnated, its temperature increases from T to T0. So therefore, what is that increase in temperature? That is represented by this part. What is that? V square by 2 Cp. So in fact, that has got dimensions of temperature, unit of temperature. V square by 2 Cp. That is called, represented by, says, TV. Means it is called velocity temperature. What is that? It is a temperature contributed by velocity. In fact, the flow is stagnated to zero velocity. So whatever kinetic energy it had, see now that appears as the addition in the property. So that temperature now has increased from T to T0 at the stagnation state. This is, so TV is called velocity temperature, so that you should understand. Now for this one important relation you have to keep in mind, T0 is equal to T plus V square over 2 Cp, and now our next objective is to find out the stagnation pressure. So stagnation pressure is P0, so that you can obtain from the isentropic relation. So isentropic conditions or isentropic flow situation you are considering. So the flow is undergoing change from static to stagnation in an isentropic manner. So therefore the related equation, it is PV raised to, remember this is not velocity, it's volume now, PV raised to gamma is equal to constant, and P pressure velocity volume relationship, PV capital V, I write that is volume now. PV by T, it's not velocity, PV by T is equal to constant. So if this is another constant, let us say, so PV raised to, if you connect these two and eliminate volume and get the pressure relationship, so the stagnation and static pressure can be correlated. That is, P0 is a stagnation pressure and P is the static pressure. So how do you write this in terms of stagnation temperature is T0, static temperature is T. So the pressure ratio of stagnation and static and temperature ratio stagnation to static, they are connected by what relation? So we know it well, and raised to, since it is gamma is involved, we said that it's raised to gamma by gamma minus 1. And in thermodynamics, during isentropic flow conditions, isentropic process, if the change is isentropic 1, then we correlate like this. P0 isentropic change undergone by a perfect gas, then P0 by P is equal to T0 by T raised to gamma by gamma minus 1. So if you use this, of course you can correlate the stagnation pressure and static pressure, and stagnation pressure is P0, static pressure is P. And in addition to that, the earlier slide I have told you the relation H0 is equal to what? Cp T0. And what is static? Static means that flowing condition. So H is equal to Cp into T. So the stagnation state, what is the application of stagnation state and stagnation properties? We say that it is a local reference, very important local reference, and corresponding to every flow condition or every thermodynamic state of an ideal gas, there is a local reference, very important local reference called stagnation state. So stagnation state is a local reference state. So we correlate it, and this stagnation state and the corresponding properties. What are the properties? We know that P0, T0, what is that, the rho 0, H0, etc. These properties are very important, and how you are going to connect them with the static properties that I explained already. But this local reference state, which is called stagnation state, is extremely useful in the analysis of the performance of rotodynamic compressors. Remember one important thing, we are dealing with isentropic flow situations, but here for defining stagnation state we considered isentropic flow situation without shaft work and all. In a compressor, if you talk about isentropic compression, their stagnation states as reference we use, but the shaft work is involved in the compression. This is isentropic flow without shaft work to correlate. And what is the other relation? H0 is equal to H plus V square over 2. That should also be kept in mind. And you can find or use the work input and all in terms of stagnation properties later on in the analysis of performance of rotodynamic compressors. And we are going to use this concept during the next section, the next topic on centrifugal compressors. Thanks a lot.